What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Mr. Fergburfel's channel. We are going to be going over a 3v3 siege on this barbarian settlement in good old Total War Rome 2. So before we get into it, we're going to talk about the factions, right? So I'm actually playing in this. I'm defending. I am Massaicily, which is these guys right here. I'm rocking a whole lot of desert cohorts. We'll break down all the units here in a second. So my two teammates, I met them in a game previous to this or prior to this, and they were pretty new to the game. So you're gonna see them make a whole lot of rookie mistakes. I'm basically coaching them on what to do in the middle of the game. Now I'm not an expert in this game by any means, but I have more experience than these dudes do. So yeah, let's see. So as Sparta, we have Adrian Michael, right? Adrian Michael's playing as Sparta. As Carthage, we have Sweet Potato, all right? So defending, we have Massaicily, Carthage, and Sparta, right? So for attacking factions, we have Egypt. That is played by a Jake Barone 96. Now this is just totally random dudes that I've never met before that I'm playing with that are attacking us. These are just random guys online. As Bactria, somebody named the Demount. Very interesting name. For the Seleucids, it is somebody named Charles McGarth, 99. Alright, so let's go ahead and break down the units, guys. So for me, for Miss Sicily, I have just a bunch of desert cohorts, right? I went really infantry heavy for this whole entire game. I'm pretty sure I only have two actual units to sally out with. I have Desert Legionary Cavalry, which are only medium melee calves, so probably going to do a whole lot of good with them. I'm not really good at sallying out personally, so I kind of did this just to mainly because I'm playing with newer guys and they wanted to sally out. So I figured why not, have a little bit of fun. So I'm basically rocking just a bunch of desert cohorts for my main infantry fighting force. I have all these guys right here to help defend the walls, and then I have about 5 units in reserves plus my, of course, general. Now for the Spartans, all right. For the Spartans, they have Royal Spartans, another thing of Royal. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I also have Tribal Slingers. I have 4 units of Tribal Slingers. Those are my only missile units, and then of course my African Ballista. All right. So back to Sparta. They have Royal Spartans, more Royal Spartans, Royal Spartans, Royal Spartans, Royal Spartans. Okay, where the I think the pike units we have them up here. Yeah, so super heavy spear infantry. Here is a Sparta. Here's a Sparta. Right there, boom, Spartan pikemen. So his pikeman units are just Spartan pikemen, right? So of course, on the Carthage side of things, let's see, we got some Libyan infantry, mercenary noble fighters, very heavy pike infantry, African pikemen. Somebody told me that these are the best pikemen in the game. I don't know how much truth there is to it. They're supposed to be the most up armored. Let's see, Libyan peltists, more pikemen. All right, let's see what these guys have defending the walls. So Libyan infantry, some more, some more, some more. Yeah, just a bunch of Libyan infantry and 1 unit of Sacred Band. So we have the walls pretty defended for the most part. All right, so let's break down Egypt, guys. He's bringing a lot of Thorax Swordmen, Galatian Royal Guard, and Royal Thorax Swordsmen. As his missile units, he's got some Nubian Bowmen. He's got his Arty, Greek Heavy Onager. Ooh, look at this, his general. His general is actually chariots. Now, I don't know if you guys know a whole lot about this game. Maybe this is the first experience you've ever had seeing a Rome 2 battle, but these chariots, man, if they get in some infantry, they can if they run into some infantry and they can really do a lot of damage, guys. They can rack up some serious freaking kills. So it's looking like Egypt only brought 4 siege towers. I'm pretty sure this dude he was definitely new. You'll see why in the video. So for Bactria, I'm not very familiar with their units at all. So he's got some Hellenic cataphracts, some super heavy shock infantry, some Bactrian Royal Guard. Let's see, he's got some just regular, or I'm sorry, elite Persian archers. He's got his pikemen, more Hellenic cataphracts. He's actually got a lot of spears to help defend against the sally out. So maybe they knew that it was coming. Let's see. Storming the walls, they have just a bunch of thorax swordsmen. All right. I'm pretty sure they have some units right here, but this is from the defending point of view, and you can't see them if they're hidden, which you're about to find out whenever we go over to Seleucid's units. So let's see, storming the walls. They have royal peltists. They got some. Oh, I actually can't. Okay, I'm sorry. This is his. This is his. Hey, let's go ahead and get rid of the foliage here. Oops. The foliage. The foliage. Why can't I get rid of the foliage? Okay, there it is. Control F. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. So you see, we got his arty right here, the Greek giant ballista. Storming the wall with some thorax swordsmen. He has 2 elephant units sitting back here. He's got his general and then just a regular unit. All right, guys. So that's a pretty decent breakdown of the armies here. So we're gonna kick it off. All right. So like I said, I'm playing as Masacely. So my first instinct was, go ahead and sally out, bring these guys around here. Even if I don't, actually attack them, at least I can hold them up in this area, kind of make them forget about the main battle going on over here. Just kind of kill some time. So if I remember correctly, he sees it coming almost immediately, and he immediately reacts by taking units off of the towers. All right, let's go see. Let's go see what's going on over here. So this is going to be a good learning point for you guys. Now, I apologize if you guys are more experienced than I am, but whenever you are attacking a settlement or attacking anything really, you guys want to hit the walls at the same time, okay? You never want one faction to push up and try and take the walls by themselves while you sit back. Now, obviously, these guys weren't in a Discord. These guys weren't communicating, I'm assuming, because this guy just kind of full sent his stuff right up to the freaking walls. And he only has 4 infantry coming on the walls. So whenever you guys are trying to take the walls, the whole plan of action is to basically just completely overwhelm the defenders against the walls. If you overwhelm them, it's going to make them get in that mindset of, holy crap, I'm losing too many troops, I need to pull back. So definitely a big rookie mistake here, and it's going to cost him very heavily early on in the game. So my teammate, Carthage, he's going to side over here with me. He's bringing some very heavy shot cav versus, I have my pretty crappy medium cavalry. So I already told myself that I'm not really trying to get any kills with these guys. Now, don't get me wrong. If Seleucid's cav went over here and tried chasing somebody else down, then yeah, absolutely. I would swing these guys around, and I would definitely try and get some. Oh wow, I went way overboard with that. But I would definitely swing them around and try and get some easy kills. But he knows that he has me beat. He knows that I'm not going to try and engage him. So he's going to try and save some units by not trying to run me down because, there is some arrow towers over here. So I think that he definitely played it smart. So I'm going to bring my units back inside. I guess he's going to send one unit after me to kind of like, get back in there. All right, let's see what else is going on over here. So my unit, my teammate got a little too close. He lost a couple units. I don't think he actually did any real damage over here. So all right, let's go ahead and get to the first actual infantry clash. So like I said, guys, all the defenders besides me, so the 2 guys, Rome, Carthage and Sparta, they're pretty new players, so you're gonna see them making a lot of newbie mistakes. You're probably gonna see me making some pretty new mistakes too, but I'm a little better than them. So whenever it comes to right here, if you're going to hold the walls, you got to hold the walls. You can't just hold a little portion, all right? You can't have like 1 or 2 or even 3 units holding the walls. You got to set up a front line, man. You got to set up a front line. You got to defend it the best you can. You got to support it with your archers. You got to do everything that you can to defend the walls if you choose that route. So like this guy right here, this Libyan infantry, he really needs to swing this around this way or swing it around this way and set up a choke point right here to stop all these guys from breaking through. Because once these guys break through and they get around this, his archers are going to be just in the open, just easy kills, easy kills. So I'm actually taking control of my arty right now. These guys got a little too close to my wall, and I am making them pay for it. All right, I'm getting some pretty good kills. Carthage and Bactria, they're basically gonna hold him in place the whole entire hammer and anvil strategy. Hold a unit in place with hold an enemy unit in place with one of yours, and then you bring the units around to flank them in the butt, right? Really, really, really do some damage. Yeah, look, he's already breaking. Oh, wow, he's losing units crazy quick. My goodness. So, excuse me. So we were talking in the group chat, and he basically said that, hey, my units are dead. Go ahead and just start arting them. So I just start sending some arty. You see they're scrambling, trying to get away from it, but it's too late. I already killed a good bit of them. Like, these guys, I actually only killed 3 there. Yeah, these guys lost about 16 units. These guys are almost half health. Wow. These guys are a little over half. I start taking some pretty wild shots on my arty because, you know, it's kind of hard to hit a moving target, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sick right now. All right, let's see what's going on here. So look, so another rookie move, right? These dudes right here, he tried to set up a front line, and I'm not knocking him for it. He's still a really new dude, but you can't have units like this, right? So like their backs are just completely exposed. These guys are just gonna, these Royal Thorax Swordsmen are just gonna ram them right in the back. And now this unit right here, it might still die. Yeah, they're losing decisively, but this unit's about to get killed. This unit's about to get killed. This guy right here, he's gonna help out a lot, but it's pretty much already written in the stones that these guys are gonna get waxed, because you never want to give your back to the enemy. That drops the morale drastically and causes them to break. So over here on this side, let's see. Egypt is really making a big push. Egypt is making a huge push. He's got a lot of units up here. He is definitely overwhelming Carthage. I don't see Carthage doing too much about it. This is a mistake on my part. I actually moved these guys down here a little while ago because I saw that he was having some trouble, and I definitely should have sent these guys in way freaking sooner, right? That's definitely my fault. My teammate over here, he's got some arrows. You know, he's trying to support his front line, which isn't the wrong answer. I don't know why he's got flaming arrows on, but you know, once again, newer players, a little bit of newbie mistakes, not that big of a deal. All right, here we go, guys. Seleucid is now finally trying to take the walls. So the first thing he's going to do is take out my arty. You know, whatever. They ended up running out of ammo anyway, so let's see how many kills they got actually before he takes them out. 107 kills. That's not too bad. At least for me anyway. You know, I've seen games where dudes get 200, 300 kills with an arty unit, but it wasn't too bad for me. It was a pretty good little victory. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm sick. Alright, so Bactria. Bactria is now moving up some Thorax Swordsmen, right? Trying to support his teammates in taking the wall. So looking back on this replay, I noticed that, honestly, if I would have listened to my instincts and really pushed more units over here, you know, and not waited so long, we could have definitely just completely isolated Egypt, and we could have really just taken them out of the game really early. So that's definitely a mistake on our part. Alright, so let's see what's going on over here. We got some Royal Spartans holding up against some Thorax. Alright. So basically, before the game, you know, we strategized a little bit. We basically agreed that Sparta was going to be the main holding force. I was going to attempt to be the main attacking force, or really defending force in this scenario. But basically, I decided that, you know, I'm the most experienced player. I should probably take on the more difficult role. And I think that the more difficult role is really going to be winning battles, or winning small skirmishes. So I said, hey, you know, I'll be the main guy that basically takes the majority of the fighting. Alright, so let's see. Seleucid is really making a big push for the walls, guys. So is Bactria. So this is what I was talking about earlier, right? You want to try and have everybody hit the walls right around the same time. Because if you hit the walls at the same time, that means that there's no extra units just sitting around. Alright? There's no extra units sitting around that can get moved around and go support somewhere else. It locks all these units in place. And even if you don't win the skirmish, in some way, shape, or form, you're definitely helping out your teammates or your other units, because, like I said, it's locking units in place. So I ended up throwing my guys in there. I knew that they weren't going to win, but honestly, I was just trying to buy some time, guys. I realized that this whole section right here was pretty much lost. I accepted it. I'm moving some dudes over here because I don't want to get hit in the. So I'm about to set up, about to try and set up a front line right here, right against Bactria. And the last thing I want is for these dudes to come down here and just really hit me in the sides and pretty much lose my whole army. Alright, so I decided to put my cav to use right here, guys. It's medium cavalry. I'm not going to get a whole lot of kills anyway. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get a whole lot of kills as far as sallying out. I don't know why it's being so laggy right now, guys. It's got to be the replay. I have a really a really good PC, and I run the game on the highest settings. I don't know what's going on right now. Anyway, I apologize for the choppiness. I'm hoping it's going to go away here soon. But anyway, so I start trying to get my cav into the fight, right? So he's got 15 kills. We're basically doing the whole entire hammer and anvil thing. I'm trying to support him the best that I can because Sparta, they can be good at killing, but they're, I mean, let's face it, guys, it's mainly a defending faction. Alright, so Bactria is getting some dudes in here, alright? We got our first little one-on-one here with Bactria. I'm not too worried about this fight right here. I know I got this one in the bag. He's doing a bold move though. He decides he's gonna try and storm the gate, guys. He's gonna storm the gate with some spears. Wow. Yeah, so I'm definitely helping out the best that I can. Let's see what we got. These guys, they only have 3 kills. These Royal Spartans have 143. Holy crap. They're crushing it right now. They're crushing it. And here I am saying that Sparta isn't made for killing. Probably look real stupid now. So Egypt is massing really. He's starting to get all of his units. You know, he's fully committed. He's bringing all of his guns to the fight. He's getting in there. All he's really got to do is just reorganize. And then he can definitely start sending his units in to support his teammates. I believe at this point Bactria is just gonna. I think he's gonna finally fully commit to it. I think he took a little too long trying to get his guy or trying to get the rest of his army back on the wall. So whenever you're attacking, all right, so you don't want to have your units sitting too far back here, all right, because this is a prime example. So he sees that he's losing the front line, except for right here. You know, he's doing a pretty good job right here. But over here, he's outnumbered, he's outgunned. I got better units than he does. He's not going to be able to push through with what he's got right here. So now he's going to desperately try and get his army up here to support his front lines. But by the time they get up here, guys, it's going to be too late. I'm going to have killed 1, 2, 3 units of his. And whenever you're attacking, you get extra funds, but 3 units for really nothing, it's going to hurt. Alright, let's go over here and check out Seleucid. Seleucid? I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. So they are cleaning up. They're cleaning up my desert cohort. Sparta's holding pretty strong, guys. Sparta's doing a pretty good job. As you can see, they pushed up their archers. They pushed up all 4 archers. Now, looking back in hindsight, this was definitely a rookie mistake. I should have brought my cav out, and I probably wouldn't have gotten too many kills, considering that, you know, he's got all this crap right here. But I should have at least went for it, guys. You know, I should have tried to get these archers, because these archers are really what had them take these walls. The attackers are doing a really good job of supporting their front line right now. They definitely gonna take the walls, boys. Definitely gonna take the walls. Alright, so as y'all can see, Egypt, he's got his whole army in here. I don't know what he's doing, guys. He's not even reorganizing. Yeah, Egypt has his whole army in here, and he's just hanging out. I guess he's letting his men rest. That's not too bad of a move. But my God, yeah, even Bactria's getting in. So looking back on it, not trying to knock Carthage too bad, because he's still a newer player, but he definitely, in my opinion, didn't do a very good job holding these walls. But it's not always about winning, guys. It's about having fun. And I told that to them coming into the game. I was like, hey, if we lose, we lose. I'm not that worried about it. It's all about having fun, right? Alright, so Seleucid has brought his pikes in, alright? We got a front line established here. He's going to bring in his pikes. He's going to try and support his front line the best he can with his pike units, and he's going to get a lot of kills. He's going to really wreck them up right now. Yeah, Seleucid's pretty much running rampant. We decide, hey guys, I don't know why I keep saying hey guys. So we decided, alright, we have lost the walls. Alright, or lost the first walls. There's no way we're going to be able to take these things back. Seleucid in Egypt. Egypt has his whole army in here. Seleucid has almost his whole army in here. So we decided to just cut our losses, fall back to the second layer of defense, and just trying to hold him here. I unfortunately had to leave a couple units behind to hold them in place. You know, whenever you're falling back, that's the crappy part about it, guys, is that you don't have to, but it's smart to leave some units behind holding the front wall or holding the front lines, just so you can get the more important units back or the healthier units back. Yeah, look at this. I actually end up killing this right here. Guys, I love Miss Aceley. I love them so much. They are, I don't know if you guys know much about this game, but they're pretty much Rome's long lost cousins that grew up in the desert. It's great. They look so cool. They look so freaking cool. Yeah, these scale thorax hoplites are getting balled up right now by my desert cohorts. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna break these thorax swordsmen, but unfortunately these cohorts are done, guys. There's no way there's no way to save them. Oh wow, my horsemen are still alive. I wonder how many kills they got. Let's check that out before they get killed. 61 kills. Yeah, I definitely wasted my money on that. I should have, if I'm gonna buy. Looking in the future, if I buy cav again for a Sally out, they're going to be decent cav. They're not going to be some crappy, you know, medium cavalry. Didn't do nothing. All right. Yeah, so the attackers have definitely taken the first wall, and they still have a pretty healthy army. Seleucid took some heavy losses, but he's still got pretty good units going on. What is this? Yeah, his ballista's still back there. He's got 2 war elephant units. He's still got all of his missiles. Bactria still has all of their missiles as well. They still got some spears. I think I ended up I think I ended up killing most of their just core infantry units. So 1, 2 thorax swordsmen. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't have a single full health thorax swordsman. But Egypt is still strong, guys. Egypt is still very strong. So here we go. He is going to bring up 2 units of royal thorax swordsmen. So we're going to see a little bit of a showdown between these guys and some royal Spartans. So we'll go ahead and zoom in on the action here. I don't agree with his strategy right here of just sending in 2 units in this manner. So you always want to try and spread a unit out and then send them in. So there's a really fair, I'm not gonna say fair, but it's just better. All right. So if you send these 2 guys in, they're gonna get blobbed up. It's not gonna work out in your favor. Is he gonna send them in, or is he just gonna let them sit back? Alright, come on, Egypt. Do the roar. Come on. I think he's trying to get them to fire off their javelins. But I don't think they have any more javelins. I don't know what he's doing, guys. Yeah, no idea what these dudes are doing here. Oh, here we go. Alright, I guess he was trying to stall to bring up some archers to try and start knocking down these royal Spartans, guys. These royal Spartans, these are some really freaking deadly units, right? These are, I believe they are definitely the top tier as far as the Spartan faction. So Bactria is going to take out my desert cohorts. I knew that was going to happen. These guys, let's see how many kills these guys got. They've been holding here for a while. 156, that's not bad. 102, that's not bad either. Oh yeah, these Azat Knights are just cleaning me up right now. Cleaning me up. All right, let's see. Let's zoom out so you guys can see the overall picture. So the attackers have, obviously, like I said, probably 3 times by now, the attackers have definitely taken the first walls, alright? They have made their way into the city. They've established a foothold. They said, hey guys, screw you, I'm here to kill you, right? So they're basically just going to clean us up a little bit. Bring in their whole army. They should reorganize, come up with a plan of attack, and then they're going to start trying to hit this choke point and this choke point. So, in case you guys aren't aware, there is 3 choke points. Oh wow, look at this. They actually did charge in. Alright, so this is another learning point here. Yeah, so Egypt is definitely a newer player. So, a lot of people that don't know much about this game are like, oh, I have more units, I should be able to win. So we're just going to click, drag, and send them all in. That's not how this game works, guys. This is a very balanced game. In my opinion, it's a very balanced game. So if you send in 4 units, or even these 3 units, or however many he's got in here, and they're all trying to fight 1 unit, this 1 unit is going to be fresh while you're just exhausting all these units. So let's say, here, we'll go ahead and pause it really quick. So let's say that you have 1 unit right here, right? You have a unit, that's your front line. They are currently fighting the Royal Spartans. If you have another unit right here, and even another unit right here, and you still gave them the order to attack the Spartans, they're still in attack mode. So if you see right here, it has, you know, very heavy melee infantry, confident, casualty sustained, very tired, taking fire. They will still get tired, guys. They will still get tired. And if you have tired units, you're going to lose the battle. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose the battle. So Egypt he's going to hit a wall here for sure. He still has a pretty healthy army. Bactria still has a really healthy army. He needs to... There seems to be a pattern with Egypt jumping the gun here, but that's the that's the downside of basically getting matched with some random people online. They might be good, they might be bad, they might listen, they might not want to listen, they might want to do their own thing. That is the Rome 2 community, guys. That is the Rome 2 community. Yeah, that's really the only action that's going on here so far. Yeah, Seleucid just trying to get his army in here, rest him up a little bit, get him a little more organized. Looks like... Oh, nope, he doesn't actually have his army anymore. I'm not sure what Bactria is doing. He definitely needs to get his army in the freaking walls. He needs to get these guys in here. He's just killing time right now. Yeah, so Egypt is pretty much just doing his own thing. I'm sure his buddies are like, hey, Egypt, slow it down, you know, blah, 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 blah. But he's like, nah, guys, screw you. I know what I'm doing. Look at this. Look at this. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units over here. And these guys, this is a 130 out of 160 unit. It's a very healthy unit. 134 out of 160. These are decently healthy units, guys. And they're all going to get killed because he literally just freaking clicked, drug, and sent them all in. These guys back here that aren't actually fighting, they're just basically here for moral support, they are still getting drained. They are still getting drained. You are just wasting men at this point, and you're making it so much easier for your enemies to win the fight, win the battle, because these tiny little mistakes, they add up towards the end of the game. Whenever it gets down to the last couple of units, you're gonna start feeling really stupid for those tiny mistakes that you made. Okay, so Seleucid is starting to actually get a little bit of proactive, right? I was desperately trying to get my slingers over here to, you know, hit these guys, but like I said, I'm not the best at this game, and pathfinding in this game is so broken. So the thing about slingers is they can't arch. So you see how these archers are arching their stuff over the wall to hit each other? Slingers can't do that. Slingers have to have a direct line of sight to wherever you're trying to have them attack. So for me, in hindsight, me telling the slingers to attack any of these guys, I should have known they were going to come out of the walls and trying to get them. So, but I noticed what's going on. I try and bring them back. Let's see, how many units did he lose here? Yeah, he's still got pretty healthy archer units, especially for, you know, already being on the second layer of defense. So here we go. He's gonna charge in his cav. He's gonna try and break the front line, but you never want to charge cav into spears. Period. It's a horrible idea. And yep, here we go. He's gonna call him right back. He realized really quick that he was pretty much screwed. Seleucid might have been trying to catch my archers in the ass a little bit. I don't know. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. So it's looking like the Egypt. He got a couple guys through right here in the gaps, but he didn't make it very far. Now he is going around and trying to capture this. I'm not too sure. Actually, if I remember correctly, he realized that he had pretty much lost the battle, and I think that he ended up quitting the game. This guy Jake Barone 96, he ended up leaving the game because he just, I mean, he was getting balled up essentially. He lost the majority of his army, just kind of sending all of his guys in. So whatever. You guys see that a lot on the Rome 2 community, is that a lot of guys will start to like lose a battle and then they'll just straight up quit. They don't want to stick around. There's some very the community calls it cheese, all right, cheese plays. So some people would think that this is a very cheese strategy, just holding it up right here, you know, holding the choke points, which is really what you want to do as a defender. You want to hold the choke points. But a lot of people say that it's what's called cheese. It's actually really funny seeing how upset some guys can get in this game. So I got my slingers, you know, trying to do a little bit of a Jenny snipe, mainly because so we understand that Egypt has left the game at this point. But if you guys have ever been playing an online game and somebody leaves, the AI, all they do is they literally just send all their units in. And while that's not really a big deal, it could become a big deal because it tires our units out. It makes us just waste resources, makes us waste arrows, all that stuff. So really, Bactria, he's sitting back, right? He's sitting back. You know, him and Seleucid, they both understand that, you know, Egypt's going to just full send all of his stuff in. And they're probably going to wait for Egypt to tire our units out. And then they're going to send in their army and just tear us up. There's not much going on right here, guys. So, yeah, if I remember correctly, if I remember, Bactria and Seleucid both sit back and let Egypt basically kill themselves. So here we go. There's a little bit of a close-up. Just stepping over their dead friends. Look at this guy's faceplate. That's dope. Ah, yes, the Spartans and their epic beards. Ooh, my goodness. Yeah, these Spartans are just mopping them up. Oh, here we go. Here's a little one-on-one. Let's see who wins. Oh, here we go. His buddy's helping him out. All right. You guys can kill this one Spartan. Look, this guy's cocky. Oh, and he's going to get hit right in the back. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Yep, there he is right there, guys. He was overconfident for sure. All right, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this is the whole entire problem with the AI. He's just going to click, drag, send all of his units in. Bactria's got his cav running around. I'm not too sure what he's trying to do here. I don't even know what Seleucid's trying to do right now. He's got... God, if we had some arty right now, this is... Oh my goodness. It's making my game a little choppy. If you could get some arty in here right now, this would be devastating. My goodness. You never want to bunch your units up like this. I understand that pathfinding in this game is horrible, but if you can help it, you never want to bunch your units up like this. You will... My God, one barrage of fireball from any kind of artillery would have probably killed 50, if not more, of those units. So they're definitely lucky that we didn't bring any loose artillery here. All right, I'm back. All right, here we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take a phone call. It was important. But anyway, back to the battle. So, yeah, Egypt is sending some units around in the back here, all right? Thank God we saw that, because, man, if you could get in here, you could do some serious freaking damage back here. All of our important reserve units are back here. All right, so 2 of our generals are back here. We got some pikemen back here. We got some mercenary noble fighters. Yeah, you definitely could have snuck in here and done some pretty serious damage. So it's a good thing that we noticed that, or we had those units back there. Yeah, so Egypt is just sending everything he's got, alright? The AI is just bringing in everything. It's looking like their archers got a little too close. So I'm pretty sure slingers have better range than most archers, so I'm using my slingers. I'm just trying to basically archer snipe these guys, because I realize that Seleucid and Bactria still have a very healthy army, and I'm just trying to take what I can get. Sick. Look at all their fallen brethren. I'm pretty sure slingers just throw rocks too. It's hilarious. Alright, so Seleucid sees something here. I think Seleucid sees that we have a potential weak spot back here, and he's going to go try and support the AI. So I'm trying to do a little bit of a cycle charge with my, what you call it, with my general here, just trying to support the front lines a little bit. Because they just have, I don't know, they had some pikemen. Maybe that was a misclick? I'm not sure. So it looks like they have completely abandoned this side. Looks like they completely abandoned this side of the siege. That is... I'm not going to say that's good. I'm not going to say that's bad. That's definitely good for us, but kind of bad for them. So whenever you're attacking, you want to try and attack from as many points as possible if you have the men. If you don't have the men, obviously don't spread your men out too thin, because then you're just going to lose multiple small battles across the entire siege. But for them to just, you know, call it quits right here and back off, personally, I think that was the wrong move. But I'm a pretty casual Rome 2 player. I'm not like Pixelated Apollo, or, you know, one of the other super crazy big YouTube. Actually, while I mentioned it, Pixelated Apollo, hey man, if you watch this video, I freaking love you. You're the whole reason why I bought this game. You are one of my favorite YouTubers. I love all your videos. I've seen almost all of them. You are freaking dope. You're actually the one that inspired me to make videos like this and to, you know, start recording my games and uploading them to YouTube. You are awesome. You are my favorite YouTuber. Alright, so enough of me kissing his butt a little bit. Alright. So we notice that we have a little bit of a problem here. So the Thorax Pikemen are so deadly in this game. I think... So the problem that we ran into is I had slingers, right? And like I said before, slingers can't arch their rounds over stuff. They have to have a direct line of sight. So my slingers right here are useless, because if I try and get my slingers over here to actually do something, they're just going to hit our own men in the back, and that's no bueno. Even if you actually try and get them to attack, they will either run at the enemy to try and get a line of sight, or they just won't fire. So we are trying to conserve the real archers ammo, the mercenary Cretan archers, the Libyan peltasts, and all that stuff, because we see what is going on here. We know that they still have two African, oh, I'm sorry, Syrian armored elephants, and these guys, they can easily break through a front line. Easily break through a front line. Oh wow, I missed something here. Oh, I'm so sorry for missing this, guys. So Bactria has an IQ level 3000 move here. He sees that we have an African war elephant as a general, and he brings up one archer unit, and he starts shooting with some flaming arrows, and it's making these guys go crazy. He is... Oh my goodness, I totally forgot about this. This really killed a lot of units, guys. This really took out a lot of freaking units, and it's just senseless. This was a great move by the attackers. A great move. This was an IQ level 1000 move. So we're desperately just trying to get rid of these archers, because these archers are... Ooh, they're putting a hurting on us with these elephants. They still have 24. I'm pretty sure this was a full health African pikeman unit, and they're already down to 107. You see, I moved my general away. We desperately scrambled to get our guys away from this area because these elephants were just running rampant. It was doing a lot of damage. That was a very, very, very strong move by the attackers. Alright, so let's have a little bit of an overview here. Bactria is being very passive. They're being extremely passive. So whenever you're attacking, you don't want to be overly aggressive, but you definitely want to be aggressive. And I think that Bactria is not doing a very good job of that right here. See how this little battle's going. So the Galatian Royal Guard, they're exhausted. Oh, they're actually going to break some Royal Spartans. It's definitely the pikemen's help. So the pikemen are exhausted. My desert cohorts, they're losing because these pikemen are just insane, guys. Pikemen are so strong in this game. I don't know if you guys know anything about this game, but the standard rules are 1-2-4. That means 1 artillery unit, 2 pikeman unit, and 4 missile units max. That is per army. So that's what's going on here. That's to limit guys from spamming pikes or spamming archers. It just makes the game, for the most part, fair for all players involved. So as you can see, Egypt has set up a pretty decent front line here. And these guys, Bactria and Seleucid, they don't care about Egypt. They know that he's basically just cannon fodder at this point. So he's using the AI to soak up some of our arrows, you know, make our men tired, and then they're obviously staging to just send them all in. Yeah, Bactria's sitting back here letting Egypt try and soften us up, and they're going to send in the heavy boys. Bactria still has a pretty strong army, and so does Seleucid. If you look at the power bar down here, it's still even. It's still anybody's game at this point. So we got some Syrian heavy archers trying to support the front line over here. A lot of flaming arrows. Got some thorax swordsmen trying to plus up the front line. I think he's trying to get a little bit of an angle in here and try and take out some of these pikemen we got. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's trying to get a siding on these pikemen here. Oh, and the Galatian Royal Guard is now breaking. That's definitely going to cost Egypt a lot here on this little skirmish. So we have two pike units over here. That is going to be really tough for the attackers to break through, guys. Pikemen are extremely well at holding down choke points. Sparta alone as a faction can hold forever. I have seen the Spartan faction hold for an insane amount of time, guys. Spartans just do not want to die. It is crazy. They definitely live up to King Leonidas's glory. All right, over here we're starting to get a little bit of a hand up over here on the thorax pikeman. You know, the AI Egypt, he's starting to lose a lot of his units. He's pretty much defeated. Yeah, Egypt is pretty much defeated. I mean, he still has a pretty strong thorax pikeman unit, but they're exhausted. Yeah, they're winning right now, but he's not going to be able to hold that for very long. Egypt is, for the most part, done, and I'm not even sure where they're... Now that I'm looking, I don't know where their general is. I might have... Oh. I don't know what that was. Alright. Let's see here. I think the Egyptian general might actually be dead. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the Egyptian general's dead. So here we go. We broke these pikemen, guys. That was a huge victory for the defenders over here. Those pikemen were tearing us up. But it's looking like it might have costed us a whole unit of Royal Spartans. And Royal Spartans are very good as well. Oh, no, they came back. They're only at 15 strength, so they're pretty much done. Alright, so Bactria's got his thorax swordsman up here trying to get some pretty easy javelin kills. That was pretty savage. Do not help the wounded. Fight. That is savage. So we got a lot of breaking going on here, guys, on both sides. So we just broke, I think, 2 units of the Egyptians, but they broke some Spartans. Not the end of the world, you know. We got plenty of guys. And look at this. This is what I was talking about earlier. I told my stupid slingers to start trying to hit some of these units over here, and they just ran into their deaths. If I remember correctly, I don't notice it in time, and I'm pretty sure I lose that whole unit. Let's see what's going on the back side of things. There's a lot of craziness going on over here. A lot of pikemen just poking at each other with their sticks. Just Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this too. We decided to use their own strategy against them. We saw they had some elephants over here too. We decided to get some archers over here, get some flaming shots on them, and they are now out of control. They are running amok right over all of his archers. That is going to cost the attackers dearly. Their archers are their lifeline. In any kind of siege battle, archers are your lifeline. Period. You lose your archers early on in the game, you're pretty much screwed, guys. That is what is called a combat multiplier. Alright, I cannot stress that enough. Archers, any kind of missile units, are combat multipliers. Alright, so we got some Galatian Royal Guard. I think they're gonna break here soon. They're only down to they're down to 18 units. They're not gonna hold for much longer. Seleucus is just trying to send in some more guys. He seems very indecisive on if he wants to commit to this backside or not. So his elephants are back under his control. So that's a good job for the attackers. All right, so Bactria is starting to commit some more forces here. He's got 2 units, pretty weak thorax swordsmen coming in, but he's gonna try and I think he's trying to take out my desert cohort, or maybe he just realizes that these guys are pretty much done and there's no point in even trying to save them. So I decided to give the Spartan faction a break here. I'm going to hold the front line for a little bit. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is why I love Rome 2. So these are spear units. So just a little talking point here. So these are heavy spear infantry up against very heavy melee infantry. You're gonna lose, all right. So if it's infantry on infantry, if they both, so assuming that the exhausted effect isn't there, or you know one unit isn't more tired than the other one, and there wasn't some kind of flank. I'm talking about just a straight up, you know, good old school one-on-one frontline freaking fight between 2 infantry units. If they're both medium, it could go either way, right? If they're both medium infantry units, it could really go either way. But if one is, in this example, a very heavy melee unit, and let's say this was just a heavy melee unit, I'm sorry, a very heavy melee infantry versus heavy melee infantry, the heavy melee infantry is going to lose because they're going up against a very heavy melee infantry. Even with spears, guys. So if you have a spear unit that matches the infantry unit, so let's say that these are heavy, very heavy. Let's say that you had very heavy spears. 9 times out of 10, the very heavy melee infantry are gonna kill the spear unit, guys. So spear units in siege battles, people use them and they use them effectively. I'm not saying that they're completely useless, but I try and bring as much infantry as possible, which is why I think I ended up bringing. So let's see. So the general, the 4 archers, and the 2 horsemen. That's only 7 units. So I brought 13 desert cohorts to the siege, guys. I came really infantry heavy. Whenever you have a siege battle, you want to bring a lot of infantry because it's stuff like this. It's just pure choke point grinds. All right, so Seleucid has not abandoned this back door in, but he's neglected to see that his archers are under attack from the Spartan archers over here, and that is definitely going to cost him. That's going to cost him very dearly, guys, because like I said, archers are your lifeline. He definitely pooped the bed. He definitely pooped the bed here. So a lot of mistakes being made on both sides. I don't want to take all the credit for this because obviously I can't control the 2 other armies, but I was definitely coaching these guys for this whole entire thing. You know, I was trying to help them out, trying to tell them where they should be going. Bactria has their archers staged here. Let's see what they try and do. But yeah, I felt very responsible if we were to win or lose this siege battle, since I'm the more experienced player on the defending side. So I'm constantly in the chat, you know, typing my little fingers off, trying to get these dudes to do this, to do that, trying to make them aware of certain things that they may not be seeing because they get tunnel vision a lot. Microing in this game is insane, especially on siege battles. It is absolutely insane. I guess Egypt still has a unit. I think that's his last unit. Yeah, that's Egypt's last unit, guys. They are. I wonder how many kills they have. 171 kills, not too bad. See how many kills these guys got. These guys got 74. These guys are still pretty fresh. Alright, so they are really pushing this backside, guys. They are really trying to get in here. If they get in here, there's a whole lot of what I like to describe as soft units. Units that aren't going to really put up too much of a fight. I mean, yeah, you know, you have some super heavy spear infantry. You got some very heavy melee infantry. Did I just... Yeah. But there's also a lot of soft. So these are what I call soft units. Guys that can't stand up in any kind of melee fight. They're basically just cannon fodder at some point. Look at this. Look at this. You gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it. This is just so epic. I love Rome 2 siege battles. They're the most epic things. Alright, let's see what's going on at this other opening. Yeah, my desert cohorts are down to almost nothing, but they're holding a little bit. All right, let's see how many kills these guys got. 215 kills. Wow, that is a good bit. They definitely worth the gold that I spent on them prior to the battle. But these thorax pikemen, of course, it's a pikeman unit against the regular melee infantry. These guys are gonna lose. But I realized that, and my mindset in this right here was I'm just going to try and tire them out, hold them in place, let the towers shoot down. You know, just try and kill as many as you can. Whenever it comes to fighting pikemen, it's almost always a grind. Even if you flank them, they're pikemen. They are the most overpowered unit in the game, really. So Seleucid got really close to breaking through on this backside. He got really close. It's looking like Bactria is going to take a shot at this breach. I think it's a little too late for all that. These guys... Okay, I guess he... So my teammate is trying to find a spot to get away from these archers. He's just being harassed by flaming arrows the whole freaking game. He's just trying to keep his general alive at this point. I suggested bringing him out and running him around out here, but... and then we noticed that they still had two very healthy units of Hellenic cataphracts, and it was just too risky to, you know, possibly lose your general to something so stupid. Yeah, so Bactria's gonna try their luck over here, guys. I don't know how much success they're gonna have. They're not supporting the front line over here. Their units are spread out really thin. Seleucid's trying to support his front line, but this is a really hard angle to attack from because this is not good for the attackers, alright? So I'm going to explain it to you guys really quick. So the front line is going to be like this, right? This is the front line. But the thing about attacking here is that you're fighting a very small, narrow front line the whole time. Because to get in here and do some damage, you have to fight through all of this. So for this whole thing, in order for you to push through this, you have to constantly break layer after layer after layer of defense, and basically the defenders are going to make you work for every single inch of ground. It is just a real grind fest, guys. So the attackers pretty much lost this breach as well. They still got their units sitting back here. I'm not sure what he's thinking. So you can see the balance of power is starting to sway more towards the defender side. Yeah, Bactria is getting careless. I think they realize at this point that they're starting to lose. Typically speaking, if the attacking army hasn't broken through the second layer of wall, you're probably not going to. But you never know. You know, I've definitely seen crazier comebacks. You never know who's going to come back and win this one. But I can tell you right now, it's not going to come from this breach point with this weakness going on right here. So, okay, this is another talking point, alright? This is turning into more of an educational video than anything, and I apologize for that. So cycling troops out is extremely important. So whenever you establish a front line, you want to cycle your troops out, right? So these Silver Shield pikemen, they're exhausted, right? They're unit, so it says it right here, unit losing decisively. If you have units that are exhausted going up against units that are fresh or winded or tired or whatever, they're going to start to lose, guys. So please, 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 once you establish a real front line or try to establish a front line like this, you need to cycle out your tired units or they're just going to get ate up. You're just wasting units. So it's looking like Seleucid is gonna actually pull back here. They're gonna pull back. Maybe they finally realized that there's just no way they're gonna get through with their tiny army they got over here. Better to relocate them somewhere else. Maybe try and break through. I'm gonna push my. I think my slingers might actually be out of ammo, but I'm gonna push my slingers out here and try and get some kills. We are raining arrows down on these guys. We are raining arrows down. Desperately trying to run away. Desperately trying to save his little bit of army. Oh, it's looking like he's gonna finally send in his elephants here. Trying, kind of the last attempt to just break through the front line. And look, I'm like, oh crap! Here comes the elephants. So I basically sacrificed a whole unit of desert cohorts. Look at that. Look at that. I killed one. Yeah, I killed one elephant, 2 elephants. But look at that. I lost 60, almost 60 guys instantly. They just ran right through me. But we are ultimately going to kill these mercenary Syrian armored elephants, mainly because these pike units. Now, this is a one-on-one between the yeah, look, they're now dead. And I lost almost 60 units. And that happened really quick. But typically speaking, if you charge any kind of mounted units, elephants, cavalry, whatever, and any kind of spear unit, including pikemen, they're going to die. That was the only reason why I won that small engagement there, is because the elephants actually pushed through my infantry into the spearmen, into the pikemen, and ultimately killed themselves. So, right here, this was another mistake on Bactria. So if you look closely here, there's a tiny gap, right? This is a very small gap. But this game is all about trying to do the whole entire hammer and anvil thing, right? Hold a unit in place, then hit it from the sides. If he would have taken his units, maybe not his pikemen, but if he would have taken these guys, these heavy spear infantry, the Bactrian Royal Guard, and he was to put them in a very narrow formation like that, and he was to just shoot them right up in there, he could have easily gotten around and started flanking the front line. Now, thankfully, I saw what was going on, and that's why I moved my desert cohort up here. But still, I'm sure there's a couple minutes there whenever I didn't realize what was happening, and he could have definitely gotten an upper hand in this small engagement and hopefully pushed through. So let's go check out this breach over here. Bactria is making zero progress here. Bactria is not making any progress. But they are definitely trying to get rid of my teammate's general, and they will. They definitely saw an opportunity to get an easy general kill, and they took it. Good on the attackers for sure. Good on the attackers. Now they're charging in their cavalry. Once again, if you charge any kind of mounted units into the Royal Spartans, you're not going to get very far. Or, I'm sorry, if you charge mounted units into any kind of spear unit, especially stationary, you're not going to get very far. Maybe if the unit's moving or if they're engaged, you can kind of hit them in the back. That's about your only luck with using cav to kill any kind of spear. But he's clearly getting desperate. Definitely getting desperate. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright, so we got some archers trying to take out the, what are these guys right here? Trying to take out some Royal Spartans, trying to help support his front line. These spear are unfortunately going to break. These guys are exhausted. Once again, got to cycle troops out, but I don't think he has any units to cycle out. He does not, and the balance of power is starting to shift drastically towards the defenders. They're not having any luck on this back breach. Yeah, we're pretty much just cleaning them up. I'm taking my desert cohorts, which now have only 56 kills. Wow. I thought for sure they'd have a lot more. These pikemen, the silver shield pikemen from the attackers, ended up getting about 190 kills before they do ultimately end up dying. 184, I believe, is going to be the final number here. Yep, 184 was the final kills that they got. Not bad, but we definitely won this back breach. We are definitely going to win this one. Yeah, his archers unfortunately ran out of ammo, and he decided to just send them in there. And look, you got a huge blob here. No real front line established for the attackers. We have the upper hand here for sure. And the balance of power is going even more into the defenders' favor. These pikemen are being too passive. So in a situation like this, we pulled our troops back for the most part because we realized that they were pikemen. But basically the strategy here right now is to just hold these towers. Right, we're trying to hold these towers, trying to get some shots in here, trying to kill these freaking pikemen, because these pikemen are basically putting our whole entire, I guess you could call it counterattack on hold. Right? Nobody wants to take their infantry units, their regular melee infantry units, and push them into pikes, because you're just going to get them killed. And whenever it comes to these pikeman units, they only have 34. These guys have 137. They're outnumbered by about 100 units. These guys are going to lose. It was just going to be a huge waste of troops. So definitely good on the defenders holding back their units and trying to pick apart the pikemen. It's a tongue twister. Pick apart the pikemen. Pick apart the pikemen with some archers and towers and all that stuff. So I'm trying to get my slingers to hopefully try and kill these guys. At this point, we realize that we have won the siege battle. This is definitely going to go into the defenders' way of victory, for sure. And actually, during the actual gameplay, talking in the chat, while I was talking to Adrian and Sweet Potato, awesome name by the way, talking to Adrian and Sweet Potato, we had already established that they were two very new players, and this made me feel really good, guys. Made me feel really good. But I actually got them their first online victory. That was a great feeling for me, guys. I love helping people out, especially whenever it comes to games like this, because the learning curve in this game is just absolutely savage. Like, if you don't know what works with what, you're not going to have a good time. So the Thorax Swordsman, the Pikemen, and the other Thorax Swordsman, they have broken. They are now retreating. He's going to charge in his Hellenic Cataphracts. He knows at this point that he's not going to win, but at least he's being a good sport about it, and he's finishing the game through. Another thing, guys, if you're playing online and you know for a fact that you're going to lose, just stick it out. You know, stick it out. Focus on some of the smaller things. You know, try out a new strategy. Try doing some kind of counterattack. Don't be that guy that gets all poopy-faced tomato nose and just wants to leave the game because he lost. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes a quitter. Just try and finish the game out, even if you're losing. But on the other hand, if you are on the winning side of the team, don't talk a whole bunch of trash. Nobody likes somebody that's overly cocky. It's annoying. It ruins the game. There's no sportsmanship. Yeah, so these units are going to again break, and we're going to see a little bit of a mass rally from Bactria here, guys. And as you can see, there's only about a minute and a half left on the recording. Or I'm sorry, on the replay. And this is definitely going to go into the defenders, guys. The defenders are going to take this one home. They have successfully defended this barbarian settlement. With, we ended up having a pretty healthy army towards the end there. So we got, these desert cohorts are weakened. These desert cohorts are still full. We still got a full unit desert cohorts over here. Still full units, Spartans. Very strong units, guys. Very strong and healthy units still alive. So we definitely took this win by a good bit. The gap was definitely large. And I'm not going to lie, I think part of that was because Egypt ended up leaving the game earlier. Here we go. Baxter's going to do one final charge. But definitely because Egypt left the game earlier as soon as he realized that his army was pretty much defeated. And that's another reason, guys. You don't want to leave the game if your army's dying, all right? It's stupid because even if you have a smaller army, you can still play a support role. You can still send units somewhere that need help. If you just leave the game, you're not doing any favors for anybody. You're just making yourself look like a sore loser and leaving the game, and it's gonna make nobody want to play with you. If I'm playing with random dudes online like this, and I recognize a name of somebody that has quit in a previous round, like this guy right here, Jake Barone 96. If I ever see him in a lobby again, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play with you if you're gonna quit just because you're losing. Nobody likes somebody that's gonna quit the game because they're losing. It takes the fun out of the game. So here we go. Baxter is gonna break. I think that is actually their last unit, and there it is, guys. Costly victory. You are victorious, but at what cost? Many have paid the ultimate price. But hey guys, that's going to conclude my video. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comments. Don't be afraid to like it. Don't be afraid to share it. Don't be afraid to subscribe. It's still a pretty new YouTube channel, but I'm definitely going to start rolling out some more videos. I've played with the editing software a little bit. I'm a lot more comfortable with it. I figured out how to basically do this and do that and get some real good quality content out for you guys. So please leave a comment, talk about the video, give me some suggestions. Thank you for checking it out. I hope you guys have a good night.